Boundaries. Let's talk about boundaries. And we know boundaries are good as far as certain things, like having sex with your coworker or having someone come over too many times when you're really busy and you need your own space and time. Or, yeah, just boundaries to have your own solitude for when you need that. It can be tough being a solitary person and having roommates because you're in your own zone, getting stuff done, whatever it takes for you to really focus, which it's tough for me. I'm totally undiagnosed ADD, but I've learned to work with it, and I have tools to help me focus and get into things, and I've learned to learn. And I don't take any pharmaceuticals for it because I don't like those hard drugs. They're just, I don't know, slimy to me. But boundaries are important for our own mental health and well-being. And psychedelics are boundary dissolvers. That's why, like, in the past, with all the rituals that have happened, there's like whole orgies and people leaving their cultural boundaries behind, at least temporarily. Because it kind of, like, everything feels connected, of course. A lot of people report that feeling, especially with mushrooms. And I have felt that as well. And part of it is the, like, cliques. People who, it's like, it starts in high school, you know, you have your jock crowd, there's cool kids, maybe druggies, and there's some kind of combinations of them. But when I really had a kind of Kundalini awakening with psychedelics, it opened up this whole felt presence of reality. Like, I realized that I could do anything in life and enjoy it. It's all about my disposition and my vision. And so I set forth to do that. And my goal was to just find some kind of work, some kind of practice or art that was profitable, where it came to fruition, I could enjoy it, and it would, like, sustain my joy to do that work. I could have a hobby project like a band. I mean, that would be ideal if that became my sole source of income, but that is pretty rare here. That takes a lot of practice and a little bit of luck. You got to have that little bit of luck factor, and so far in life I feel like I've been blocked from that level, that echelon of luck, of having good fortune and having things really take off and move forward and evolve. And then the other thing I wanted is just to experience a really good lasting partnership, and that hasn't happened. So I think with all those things like that, it's like if I admit to someone I'm feeling down, it's in those moments I'm just realizing I'm 36. I wanted to get to this place at least by 30 where I had some of those things. And I did kind of have some of those things momentarily, but not in the dynamic. I was really, like, my dreams were to have it. And oftentimes, you know, we start out as a child with delusions of grandeur. And then we realize this, it's a little bit more limited here than our childish imagination, which is a beautiful thing. I don't mean childish like it's like infantile, but it's just this innocence, this just like wonder, until you get blocked in the face by life and 2x4 and abusive and toxic shit happens, and you're just like, oh, okay. And you kind of become more despondent and like feel rejected, feel devalued. And then the perseverance from that place and how to find a fresh breath of air, new inspiration, some kind of thing to like get you through that and overcome that suppression that happens psychologically when we encounter these what feels like inextricable spots in our life where it's like the external world doesn't seem to budge to like progress things, or it does, but very slowly, like watching the flowers grow. But the boundary dissolving thing is very interesting. This is actually my third video attempting this because I want to present real life examples of boundary dissolving experiences. And yeah, there's the different cliques, which the cliques are like different archetypes. You have the archetype of the joker, you have the archetype of the athlete, you have the archetype of a studious person, of someone that's serious about learning and evolving themselves and making the choices in their life, basically empowerment. And you know, there's the archetype of leaders, there's the archetype, I guess there could be the archetype of a loser, because I feel like I've experienced that from time to time. And I mean, it is a humbling experience, and I definitely have learned some things that have had me reassess some things, and it was a humbling experience. And to work through that and to really find, like, what am I? What am I really trying to do? What am I all about? And I found, you know, I derive value from community and collaborations and creativity and empowerment and evolution. So I'll come back with some more real life examples of these boundary dissolving experiences, because a lot of these boundaries inhibit us and block us from possibilities that are actually healthy and astounding in ways that we've never known. Now, I've always just been a seeker in that way. I guess I'm more of the archetype of the seeker. And we live in this archon realm. At least I'm trying not to give away my faith to it too much, but I entertain that idea a lot, at least currently in life. Maybe 10 years from now, I'll just laugh at all these videos if I have a different disposition and realize different things as I evolve. But right now I'm like, and I've said this in other videos, that it feels like there's definitely other forces at play manipulating things, because in my own experience, I realize I really don't know a whole lot. And once I have a new viewpoint, it changes things. And oftentimes what I'll do is I'll hold a certain viewpoint and have an enriching conversation with someone that is maybe a nuanced belief that doesn't align with mine, and then I'll put forth everything I know to hold that belief. And if it gets overcome by a new idea, then I'll be like, well, that new idea wins, because I can't reconcile whatever my previous belief was with a wider scope of understanding. And so if we come against those things, which oftentimes cause cognitive dissonance and also challenges us, and to overcome that and audit our belief system is a great way to evolve. It doesn't come without pain and suffering oftentimes, and mental turmoil, just through my experience. But it doesn't always. I have learned things the easy way, and I'm very appreciative. I'd like that to happen more. We don't have to learn the hard way. Like, we don't have to get to the end of our rope and have like these life crises. I feel like I'm a little bit in one for my dreams not working out, but I'm just doing my best. I'm just working with what I got, rolling with the punches, trying not to drown in the feeling of it just not ever happening. It could always happen. Anything could change any day. Like, we could have one day in our life that just completely changes our life. I want to leave it at that. And in future videos, I will talk more about these boundary dissolving specific real life examples.